Hello everybody, my name is Anthony Nucci. I've made over $2 million from cold calling, and here are the biggest mistakes that most people make. I want to teach them to you so that you can fast track your way to success, make more money, overcome these objections with confidence and ease, understand why they're even being said, and just some key habits and things to avoid. So, number one, you guys may not be able to see this list too well right now because of the glare, but number one is small talk. Guys, I cannot stress enough, these people are extremely busy and or don't know who you are, so they don't want to deal with you. Okay, and chances are if you're trying to sell them something, they have more money than you. That means they're busier. So, example, I'm not going to call someone and say, hey, Rick, this is Anthony. How are you doing today, man? How are you doing? What's going on? They don't care. You think that like you're being friendly and playful with them, but you're really just annoying them and you're making them upset. Don't do that. Instead, say, hey, Rick, it's Anthony with Douglas Elliman. Hey, I had a quick question for you, man. Your property on 123 Main Street, did that sell or is it still available? I'm not asking, hey, is this Rick? I'm not saying, hey, Rick, how's the weather? How are the Yankees playing today? He doesn't care. He wants to know why you're calling and what you're going to do to help fix his problem. So what's the solution? Now, number two on the list is no routine. You have no routine. Like you just wake up and one day you'll do it at 9 a.m., one day you'll do it at 8, one day you'll skip, you'll call it 3. Sometimes you're calling all different sorts of people too. Like I don't care if you're just in real estate or you're in wholesaling or whatever. It's like if I'm in real estate, I'm an agent. I need to call expireds for sale by owners, circle prospecting leads. Again, if I'm going to circle prospect, who am I calling? Why am I calling them? I like to be very, specific and strategic with who I'm cold calling. I'm not just going through a list. And if I'm going to call expireds, who am I calling the expireds today, yesterday, the day before, a week before, a month before? Sometimes I do all of that. Am I calling on a single line dialer or a triple line dialer? How many different numbers am I using? That matters. Do I have a script that I follow every single time? Do I hype myself up, do some push-ups, get in the right frame of mind, the right mental state before I call, or do I just, again, willy-nilly it? These are all very important things you guys have to understand. Take the time to do the stuff that's ugly and boring. Write your script out every day for 30 days. Write a question next to it, like what's the intent behind the reason you're saying each one of these things? I promise you, most of you won't do this, which is why 75% of agents fail. But again, the 25% that are killers that I'm talking to right now that are willing to do whatever it takes and that are committed, this is what I'm telling you what to do. This is how I listed $30 million in a span of 90 days, multiple freaking times, okay? Follow that, do that, and then tell me what the results are afterwards. I am genuinely curious because I know those 2 or 3 things right there alone will change your entire game. Let's go to number 3. You're asking if it's the person. Like I used an example earlier. Hey, is this John? You're indicating to them that you don't know who I am and I know who you are, which is a problem. Wait, what do you mean who is it? Who is this? It's just you're wasting time and you're making their guard go up and the flags and the sirens are going up. Just get right to it. Hey, Rebecca. No, this isn't Rebecca. Let's say you're looking for a female and you hear a male voice and it says Rebecca Steinowitz, whatever. And some man answers. I'm going to say, hey, sir, I'm sorry. I'm looking for Rebecca. Yeah, who's asking? This is where you get creative. I'm just returning a call back. This is regarding her property. If I'm calling expired. Oh, who are you? My name's Anthony. Do you want me to just try back later? I'm going to pretend like, dude, don't ask me questions. Because then, this is what you guys do. Oh, I'm a real estate agent. I actually know that I can help her. Like, I'm 100% certain. You use my script. You're like, yeah, I can help her sell her property. Just tell her to give me a call back. Real nice and playful. It's like, no. That's not going to work either. Because how many people are going to say that to him? You're going to overwhelm the guy. He's going to get pissed off, upset. Even if it's her boyfriend, father, uncle, he's going to go, the hell with this. Maybe one guy will get lucky. Not all of you. Okay, so pay attention. Number 4 is not calling enough people. If you guys, I don't know why I'm using this example, but like let's take Coca-Cola for example, Pepsi, any company out there that produces beverages. If they were going to try a new flavor, dude, they would try 100 different times, 200 different times, even more to see what all the people say. They're going to give 10 different samples to 3 different people and go, try this, try this, try this. You 3 like this one? Okay, we'll put this one on the side. You 3 like this one? Okay, then they're going to understand what works. If I'm cold calling, how am I going to get data after 5 calls? That's impossible. I'm going to have to call a lot of people. My rule of thumb is I need you guys to call at least 500 people and go on 10 appointments, whatever comes sooner, okay? The rule of thumb is for every 20 people you talk to, you should book 1 meeting. But again, like, how am I going to know if you tell me, yeah, Anthony, coach me, I want to do $10 million in sales this year? I would say, okay, what are your sources of business right now? How much did you do last year? What's your knowledge? What's your experience? I would ask these questions. Then I would go, okay, you cold call? No, I don't. Okay, are you willing to? Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's ask this question. Have you ever cold called before? Let's assume they say yes. I can go, how many hours have you cold called last year? I cold called for 20 hours. On those 20 hours, you dialed 2,000 people, I'm assuming. How many people did you book a meeting with? I booked a meeting with 10 people. Okay, how many people canceled? 30%. How many people went with another agent? 40%. How many did you get? 30%. Okay, now we know the math. What's your average price point? 400 grand. So now I can literally calculate, okay, it takes you 20 hours of dialing to go on whatever the number is. It takes you 30 hours, takes you 10 hours to go on 20 appointments, 30% cancel, 40% go with another agent. You list and close the remaining 30. So now let's go on to number 5. This is another issue. You believe the other person's lies that they're spewing at you. Example, hi, I'm looking for Rebecca. This isn't Rebecca, and it's a female talking. So this is where you have to get creative, because it's usually Rebecca. The numbers are inaccurate sometimes, yes, but not as much as you guys think. Oh, that's so strange. I had an offer for her regarding 123 Main Street. And she's going to say, oh, I'm actually Rebecca. I'm just trying to feed off the agents. I'm going to say, and I'm actually one of the good agents. I'm trying to actually help you sell the house. Wait, you don't have an offer? Well, I'm getting there. We can get you an offer, but I have to understand it. First, did you sell the property? Is it still available? Oh, it's still available. Okay. What was the original game plan when you guys sold? I'm pretty sure I can help you get the property sold. Whatever. You got to get quick on your feet and do whatever is necessary to stay on the call and provide value. Don't believe everything they're saying. Of course, they're going to tell you, no, this isn't so-and-so. They don't want to deal with you, dude. It's a smokescreen. Okay, now let's go on to number 6 and 7 that aren't on the list. I'm just going to give you guys. For the more advanced training now, for those of you that stay to the end to watch, this is when I would work on my tonality, my pacing, match and mirroring. If I talk to a guy and I go, hello, I'm not going to go, hey, Rick, it's Anthony with Douglas Elliman. I'm going to say, hello, Rick, it's Anthony. I had a question for you. I'm going to lower my tonality to match his, and I'm going to slow down my pace a little bit. If he's slow, he communicates slow. He listens slow. He wants to talk to someone like him. I'm not going to go 100 miles an hour when he's going 15 miles an hour. You guys have to understand, right? It just looks weird. If you're on the road, I'm on the highway, and I'm doing 80, and you're doing 20. It looks weird to both of us. I'm going to be like, what the f? This guy's going so fast. What a lunatic. You're going to look at me and go, why is this guy driving like a turtle? You have to match and mirror. It's psychologically, it makes the person feel safer. It makes them feel like less sales resistance. Okay? Number 7, your guys' energy when you're on these calls and your pre-game ritual, like I spoke about before, is so important, so much more than you would ever think. I'm not expecting you guys to feel like Tom Brady every single day, like it's Super Bowl Sunday, but you guys do need to find something that gets you motivated. And don't look at it like, I need someone to say yes to me, I need someone to say yes to me. Look at it like, I got 15 no's yesterday, I gotta get a yes today. I know that I'm 45 no's away from again, dude, you guys don't understand. It's all math. If you all realize that you were 99 no's away, or 100 no's away from $1 million listing, 30 grand, and it took you 20 hours to do that or 15 hours to do that, how fast would you want to go through? You wouldn't even care. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 would go by and you'd go, I don't give a shit if I don't get this guy. I don't give a shit if I don't get this guy. I know I'm going to get one. I know 1 out of these 99, 1 out of them is going to say yes. I don't care. I'll just keep going. And one day I'm closer. It's math. It's indisputable. I'm telling you right now, it will happen. Focus on not making these mistakes. Focus on writing your script down, memorizing it verbatim, figuring out why you're asking the questions you're asking. Be very specific with who you're calling. Practice, warm up beforehand, role play, do whatever is necessary, but do not, for the love of God, do not just jump on the phone, willy-nilly it, and then complain afterwards and say you hate real estate. That is exactly why you hate real estate, because you are willy-nillying it. You need to take it seriously, and you need to come with a plan and strategy. And if you guys are serious about growing your business and you want to learn how I sold 40 million plus in the last 2 years from literally 5 hours of prospecting a week with free leads and got the biggest commission checks of my life, whether you're part-time, whether you're working a full-time job, I don't care. I've taught over 1,400 people in over 30 different countries, single mothers, parents, construction workers, factory workers, 20-year-old kids. We have a proven strategy and a system that's worked. We will help custom tailor it for you so that you can apply it in any one of your markets. If you're looking for more information, click in the description below, book a call with my team, follow me on Instagram for the real sauce, share this with a friend, comment, let me know if you guys want to see any other videos. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.